China, as the country that we know today, was very different back in time, with lots of kingdoms, rulers and systems of government living together at the same moment, and it was only in 1862 during the Qing dynasty when the first official national flag came into place. But before that, a series of symbols, banners and chip flags gave an idea of representation and their identity. This is Stuff of Flags. Today's episode, the flag of China. During ancient and imperial China, the concept of a state flag was not around. There usually were a mix of symbols, stamps, colors, depictions, drawings, and even the emperors themselves as official signs, and mostly reserved for the leaders and not for civilian use. One example are the 8 banners that were used during the Manchu period. It was after the end of the Second Opium War where the Qing dynasty created the first official flag of China, mainly because of the British complaint that their military ships were indistinguishable from civilian merchants. So to avoid confusion, Jie Xian commanded Zheng Guofang to create a new flag for the Qing government. So in 1862, the first flag was created, with a triangular shape to avoid resemblance of the 8 banners, and the addition of Xing Long, or the azure dragon, in the center, and a yellow background symbolizing royalty. Although it was only used for naval and government matters, and no civilian ships were allowed to fly it, this flag was also depicted in some international events and the Chinese Eastern Railway until 1915. After seeing that the triangular shape was unique among the rest of the world, Li Hongzhang asked the Empress Shi to adopt a rectangular design. So in 1889, the new rectangular shape and the new Xinlong design was adopted. This became the new standard until 1912. During that time, the Xinhai Revolution happened, and with that, a new era of the Republic of China. One of the flags seen during this period was a banner of the Wushang Uprising, the Iron Blood 18-star flag, with black and red representing iron and blood respectively. The 9 points of the star symbolizes the 9 Asian provinces of China, and the 18 stars represent the 18 provinces of Han China. After the revolution ended, the new Beiyang government approved of a new ensign with 5 horizontal bands that was used as civil and state flag, representing the 5 major ethnic groups in the country, with the Han represented by red, the Manchus by yellow, the Mongols by blue, the Hui by white, and the Tibetans by black. Also replaced the Qing design in the Chinese Railway in 1915. There was also a short-lived Empire of China where Yuan Shikai tried to reinstate the monarchy. It only lasted 3 months due to heavy political instability and opposition of other regions. 2 flags based in the 5-color flag were witnessed. After that, the previous flag was readopted. It lasted until 1928 when the Northern Expedition overthrew the Beijing government, and in December of that year, the nationalist flag was made official. It was based in the blue sky with a white sun design by Lu Haodong and adopted by the Kuomintang as the official banner. It has a red background, a blue rectangle with the Xinjiang Baidishi in the upper left quadrant next to the canton. Then, in 1949, after the Chinese Civil War, the Communist side commanded by Mao Zedong came into power in the mainland, and the Kuomintang relocated to the island of Taiwan, where the flag is used until today. Meanwhile, the Beijing government issued a public notice to submit a new design of the flag with the following requirements. It needs to have Chinese and power characteristics. The shape should be rectangular, the ratio should be 3:2, and the color should be mainly bright red. A month later, around 3,000 designs have been submitted to the Flag Committee, where a final list of 38 was presented for final deliberation. Mao liked this design, with a giant golden star in the upper left corner and a horizontal bar in the lower half, but it was later convinced to choose this other one, although it was modified from the original version by removing the hammer sickle to avoid similarities with the Soviet Union, and on the 27th of September 1949, the new ensign was unanimously chosen by the committee. The official announcement was performed on the 1st of October in Tiananmen Square, Beijing, by Mao Zedong. Zheng Liangsong, who came up with the base design, was named the official designer of the flag and received a payment of 5 million yuan. This new flag, according to the Chinese government, has the following interpretation. The red background symbolizes the Chinese Communist Revolution. The 5 golden stars represents the unity of the Chinese people under the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party, and the orientation of the 4 smaller stars revolve around the center of the giant one. Jean also described the four smallest stars as the four occupations under the protection of the CCP. According to the official legislation, the construction of the national flag is done under the following method. The face of a flag shall be red and rectangular. The proportion of its length and height shall be 3:2. The upper left of the face of a flag shall be studded with 5 yellow pointed stars. One of the stars shall be bigger than the others, with the circumcircle's diameter being 3/10 of the height of a flag, and shall be placed in the left. The 4 stars shall be smaller, with their circumcircle's diameter being 1/10 of the height of a flag. Encircle the big star on its right in the shape of an arc. The 5 stars shall be positioned and drawn as follows. To determine the position of the 5 stars, the face of a flag shall be first folded both ways to form 4 equal rectangles. Then, the rectangle on the upper left shall be vertically divided into 10 equal sections and horizontally divided into 15. The central point of a big 5-pointed star shall be at a point in the rectangle where the 5th line from above or the 5th line from below and the 5th line from the left or the 10th line from the right meet. The method of drawing shall be taking this point as the center and the length of 3 such equals as the radius to make a circle. On the circumference of the circle, 5 points with equal distances from each other shall be determined. One of the points must be in the right above position of the circle. Then connect each of the 5 points with every other point to form a straight line respectively. The outlay formed by these 5 straight lines shall be the required big 5-pointed star. An angle of the 5-pointed star shall point in the right above direction. The centers of the 4 small 5-pointed stars shall be as follows. The first shall be at a point in the rectangle where the 2nd line from above or the 8th line from below and the 10th line from the left or the 5th line from the right meet. The second shall be at a point where the 4th line from above or the 6th from below and the 12th line from the left or the 3rd line from the right meet. The third shall be at a point where the 7th line from above or the 3rd line from below and the 12th line from the left or the 3rd line from the right meet. The fourth shall be at a point where the 9th line from above or the 1st line from below and the 10th line from the left or the 3rd line from the right meet. The method for drawing shall be taking each of the above 4 points as the center and the length of one such equal as the radius to make 4 circles. On each circle, 5 points with equal distances for each other shall be determined. One of such points must be on the line linking the center of the circle with the center of the 5 big pointed star. Then, the same methods used in forming the big 5-pointed star shall be used to form the small 5-pointed stars. The 4 small 5-pointed stars shall respectively have an angle pointing right at the center of the big 5-pointed star. The emblem was adopted on the 20th of September 1950 and it consists of a front view of the Tiananmen Gate in the center together with the 5 stars from the flag in the same configuration, representing the foundation of the People's Republic of China and the national flag respectively. All of this surrounded by sheaves of rice and wheat, representing the agricultural workers. At the bottom section, a cogwheel in connection to the industrial workers. A red ribbon forms a knot in the center of the cogwheel. The red ribbon coils up the wheat and rice on the left and right of the cogwheel and hangs down, dividing the cogwheel into an upper and a lower part. And if a vertical straight line is drawn in the center of the seal, the left and right parts are completely symmetrical. Both official sketches can also be used as a guide to construct both the national flag and the national emblem. To this date, there is also 2 special administrative regions governed under the one country two system regime, which are Macau and Hong Kong. The Macanese flag has a light green background with a lotus flower above the stylized Gobernador Nobre de Carvalho bridge, and water in white beneath a circular arc of 5 golden 5-pointed stars, while a large star in the center of the arc with 2 smaller stars on each side of the large star, each with a point angle directly outward from the center of the common circle on which they lie. And the Hongkongese flag is a red background with a white stylized 5-petal Hong Kong orchid tree flower in the center. And the Taiwan issue is, well, another story for another time. I think. Maybe. Yeah. This was Stuff of Flags from Stuff of Life. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.